right, my friends, the German parts have arrived. Let's peruse them, shall we? Cobra Tech. Das gut. Now, what do we have here? Direct from honeybadgerhouse.com for all your HK needs. Let's see what we got. Ooh, we got more patches. Honey Badger House. Let's see. What's in there? H&K. And an invoice. And that's it. Cool. Alright, so today's haul. Getting all in on that HK, man. I'm having a ball with it. We've got our RAL 8000 dust door. Look at that. It's pretty. You've got one HK RMR optics plate for the VP9 series. Try the 507 comp. We've got the RAL 8000 trigger guard, which should work. Like I verified. He said yeah. 416, 417, 556, 762. At least I fucking hope so. What's this? The left side RAL 8000 trigger safety handle thingy. The right side. I'm sorry. All right, so that's cool. And this morning, I secured RAL 8000 HK G28 stock with the riser. And from Mr. Honey Badger House himself, I ordered the RAL 8000 tube because it's not compatible for some reason. And then you get into the weeds of compatibility and proprietary bullshit. The MR762A1 tube doesn't have a cutout that's required for that stock to work. So I had to spend some money on the tube that will work, which also happens to be RAL 8000 anode. So we're going to have to swap that tube to make that stock work. But given the eventual goal is to do the 417 or G28 thing with this, with RAL 8000 everywhere, which is going to happen eventually, because it just has to happen. It's just us slowly start gathering parts for that scenario and move on from there. So that's cool. That's on the way. And tomorrow we should have our new Beretta in the door at the FFL. I do, now when it comes to the dust door on these things, these perforated, or do you have to rip them? When it comes to the dust door, it's a bit of a departure from your standard AR-15, AR-10 approach. It uses a roll pin to adhere itself to the axle. It's not reliant on a barrel nut blocking it in. It's not reliant on a C-clamp. Apparently there's a little bitty roll pin right there that when removed lets go of the axle. The best I can tell, once that's done, we should be able to slide it out. The handguard still has to come off, probably. It's no big deal. The barrel nut doesn't look like it's interfering in any way, which is awesome, because that can be a bit more of a pain. Especially when you're torqued down just right. You hate to have to loosen it for that. And we'll swap the hardware from this one here. Let's get up close personal with Mr. German over here. So yeah, that's gonna look dope. Make sure it lines up. Yeah. Same door, just different color. That's gonna look hot though. As far as, let's see, what else we got here? Now this, I haven't looked up yet how to swap this safety lever. Is there like a roll pin involved? I don't know. I haven't gotten that far with it. So that's going to look pretty dope. But how do you install it? Oh, I see a little hole. That's probably for a roll pin. So we're going to have to pop the upper off and probably get down in there with a punch. And then vice versa. That's not a big deal. Let's see. Even their plastic is strong. The Germans. Well, this is, there's no additional hardware with this, so I'm assuming we reuse with the stock one. Is this, is that metal or aluminum or what? Yeah, I guess so. Yeah, it's pretty rigid. Now this, again, got to be a roll pin and a spring tension, I'm guessing, like traditional. I think. Yeah, that should work. And then the final one was the optic plate. All right. Yeah, standard steel, strong. I am curious. Let me pop the other one, the other optic off, and let's try it. Give me a sec. Don't touch that down. We're right back. Alright, so now we did the dry fit. Let me go ahead and throw the Loctite, break out the torque wrench, and do it. I just verified the plate fitment to the slide, 17, is it 17.2 or 17.4 inch-pounds. Alright, you have a little dry on there, but I figure let's add a little bit of fresh. Don't want you moving around. Now let's get you somewhat to the wall. And then we'll grab the torque wrench and do it exact. No guessing. Okay. There's a little hand tight firmness, nothing crazy. And then let me grab my torque wrench. We'll knock that out. All right. I might need to look in a fourth type of torque wrench. A lot of options out there. Now I might invest in the dedicated ones for this, because they have this one where you kind of eyeball it with the values. See, that goes 0, 15. I can probably gauge 17 fine. All right, T15. Would that be you, brother? That's a T20. And I believe what we need is a 15. Where are you? There you are. They do sell the dedicated ones for certain torque that just click. They're not cheap, these things. Alright, so we're going for 17. You gotta rotate this too. Oh, is this the wrong one? That's not the ratchet one. This is the ratchet one. Okay, and I need to be able to read that. So we will do that like so. There's 15, 16, 17. There we go. You don't want to put too much on there. And you have some dry. You know what? We're going to give him a little wet as well. Just a little dab on the bottom there. Keep them in the hole. Hold on. Yeah, you're open. Itty bitty dabby dabby. Okay. We'll get you started with the. I just want to get you to the wall. Oh wait, no, you are too. You're one step down. You are a T10. Okay, there's not a whole lot of travel there, really. Get in there, you little prick. Okay, you're a little firmy firm. We'll swap you out for a T10. Which I think should be this little guy here. T10. And he's going 15 inch-pounds, which is barely anything. That's why Loctite's your friend, I guess, right? Are you, that angle, can you fit? 15? Yeah, see, it's not much. You don't want to overdo it either. Oh, get in there. See, that big cylinder kind of makes it a little hard. There we go. Let's double check that because that kind of let loose just as I was finishing. There we go. Oh, how fat are you, buddy? I don't think you might be too fat to make a line that makes any sense. Good enough. Ain't pretty, but starts on coming loose, I'll know it. Actually, let me correct that a bit because it almost looks a little off. Smells terrific. Good to go. All right. Wrap this puppy up. And tomorrow we get our Beretta. We'll throw him on there. Oh, wait. I'm still waiting on the plate, yeah, which hasn't even shipped yet. Duh. All right. Cool. It's a cool little low pro optic. It is doesn't require, on these HKs anyway, it's a direct mount. It does have solar backup because it has to. What do you look like compared to in the 507K? A little bit more of a rear wing, but very similar in the casting. Probably didn't have to retool too much to accommodate this, just to add that little solar panel. Very well. Well, let's stop it here. Got to research the best approach to replacing that dust door. There is that little roll pin right about here. It's a tiny little dude. I don't know if you can see it. See that little guy right there? But it's also a plastic door, or whatever material this is. So you're going to be gentle with it. So I'm not sure the best way to go about that. As far as the trigger, pull the upper off, throw it on a bench block. I think that's good. I'm guessing. I'll look it up. I'm guessing it's one roll pin, one spring tension thing. That should be an easy replacement. And the only other thing we have is the safety door, which I'm guessing is also, yeah, roll pin. So we'll get the upper off, we'll knock that out, and that'll be it for a while. Even when that stock and that tube show up, we're not going to jump right into that. I don't have a jig to accommodate it because the tube is so big. I don't have a vice block that'll fit this gun, so kind of stuck. It's one where that big proprietary stuff bites you in the butt. So I'm not sure what the best way is to just maybe save the parts, and even if it's 6 months, a year from now, when I'm ready to send it all in, just send all the parts along with it, and I'll let them install them. I don't know. I don't want to fuck it up. And again, I don't have a jig. My jig that I do my castle nuts with, it's not big enough. It's basically for 5.56. It did work for a couple of my regular 7.62s, but this HK tube is much bigger. So everything is bigger and badder in Germany, I guess. I don't know. All right, that's about it. See you when I see you. We'll get this door put on, which will look kind of dope. Just aesthetics, really. And we'll do that trigger guard, and we'll do that safety. Only he got the right one. He didn't have the left one in stock, but I like Vance. I like dealing with him. He's a small business. He's getting his stuff off the ground. He's a solid dude. I like to, wait for him to get it in stock and give him the money instead of one of these big, larger HK parts type places. I'd rather he make the profit, so I'll be a little patient. I'll stick with him throughout it. I'll probably be buying some cool guns off of him going forward in the future. And honeybadgerhaus.com for all your HK and a few other rifles and pistol needs. And don't forget the Chick Eyes Gunbroker. All right, let me do some research on the best way to approach these. Get it right the first time. Are you really liking that full-size dot on that full-size gun? I wasn't digging. The SCS was okay, but I don't know. Probably just should have grabbed the one without an optic. But the deal I got, it's not that bad. I'll probably almost break even when I flip the dot because I got it at a discounted rate. So I might come close to breaking even if I sell that. So, all right, see you when I see you. Till next time, your pal, Jake America.